Hey guys,
Hi.
welcome to our podcast, our first official episode.
I know. Only if
Welcome
they
to
knew. Only if they knew from the
I
last.
know, guys, we actually did a like a trial run
Yeah.
at his house and it didn't go as planned.
That was so reckless.
Yeah. So
we stuck through it though.
we did stick through it, but we didn't like how we looked on camera. Our lights turned off.
Everything was weird.
Camera turned off,
Mhm.
stopped recording for a while, so it was just a mess, and we
Yeah.
didn't want to upload it because, guys, we really wanted to give y'all like the good first episode and give it to y'all good. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. Again,
Yes.
welcome to our podcast. Our name is Unplugged, our podcast name, and we're just gonna be I honestly wanted to make this podcast just to like come home, vent and just share a lot of crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
Sorry, I was when you said our name is podcast. I mean, our name is Unplugged. I was like, that's not my name.
I know.
So,
The name of our
yeah.
podcast is Unplugged.
Yes.
But
So sorry.
please introduce yourself.
Yeah. Okay. So my name is Nathaniel Hernandez. I am a creator, a local creator here in San Antonio, Texas, and I am also based in Texas as well, where I get to film and travel all around Texas and film local businesses and help them grow.
I'm Jesus. I am a wedding photographer here in Houston, and that's pretty much all I do.
You live and breathe it.
Yeah, honestly, that's all I do. But
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to create this podcast, because I feel like this is an outlet. I feel like I have a lot of friends. I have enough friends, but I don't socialize a lot. So I
Yeah.
feel like this is going to be a good like little way to socialize with everybody.
Yeah.
And if y'all want to comment back on the video, if you're watching the video on YouTube, hi.
Hi.
If you're just listening, hi as well. And we don't know what platforms this is going to be on just yet, because guys, we are literally just filming right now, and we're going to see when it's, when it uploads. But when it does, hi, welcome. We are planning on doing this podcast together for the most part. Because we don't live close to each other, it's going to be sometimes either just me by myself or me bringing in another co-host for the day for that episode. But you're definitely going to be seeing a lot of him.
Yes. Let's hope.
Yes.
That's the goal. No, we're speaking into our existence.
No,
yes.
for sure.
We are
for
going to be.
sure.
That's one thing I am trying to work on more is stop saying I hope.
Yeah, I know.
More like
actually
and
do.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
For sure.
That's the goals.
Okay. Well, he doesn't know what we're going to be talking about today.
I don't.
I told
I'm
him
scared.
that I was like, I'm not going to tell you what we're going to talk about. Or do you want me to tell you? He didn't want me to tell him. He wanted me to wait till the podcast.
Yes.
But guys, we are filming this on June 28th. I'm hoping this is out now and it's July.
Yes.
But
I'm
thought
nervous.
because it's June and it's Pride Month,
Oh, okay.
I thought we'd talk about, our coming out stories and just like honestly,
I'm down for that.
I feel like when we had to come out, like when we came out, not had to, when we came out, it was a lot different than how it is now.
It was. So sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like nowadays it's so crazy because I don't say this like 5 years ago was that long ago, but every year, every month, every day, it's different for the community. Like it really is. So coming out last year is different from coming out this year. And I think it just progressively like happens like every year it's changing where it's either getting easier to come out or scarier to come out, like whatever the case may be for everyone in their own story. But it's always different every year. Like it gets more and more accepting for sure.
Yes.
Like it does.
And I think that's but that's not just with like
Being
coming
gay.
out and being gay. I feel like that's also with teen pregnancy. Back in the day, that was just that was frowned upon.
So,
like if your daughter was getting pregnant at 16, she's a whore.
And then Teen Mom came on.
Exactly. And so now it's like they're like wanting to all get pregnant by like 2021, and I'm like, that's crazy.
Well, you know what's so
But
crazy?
it's also very acceptable now.
There is a statistic that was done recently that younger kids are having less sex and having less kids now than they were back then.
That's true too, because not a lot of people want to like deal with that. I wouldn't want to deal with that either.
They're expensive.
That too, but then also just
And
like I'm trying to live my
non-refundable.
life, right? Non-refundable. you don't have a shipping label back to the sender. It is yours.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. So this episode, we're gonna be just talking about our experience.
Yeah, that's interesting.
As gay people.
It's so funny because like we talked about how like we don't want to share the topics that we're going to talk about. We just want to like bring them up as we go. So walking into this, I had no idea what we're talking about. So in my head, I'm not thinking of what to say, but we're just gonna,
because I honestly, he also asked me, he's like, well, do you know what you're gonna say already? And I'm like, no, because we really don't know what we're gonna be talking about.
Yeah,
but if you want to go ahead and maybe just share a little bit, like a long story short on like how you came out.
Yeah, well, long story long,
you said we're gonna be here a long while, so
everyone tune in, get your popcorn,
grab your Cheetos,
get your refills. Because just like me, I'd be drinking those calories. No, legit. But yeah, so me coming out happened when I was 13, and you know Miley Cyrus in Hannah Montana, where she's like living this like double life. And
you swear you're Hannah Montana? No,
listen to this. So like, it's kind of funny to preface it like that, but like it's so true. I think I was like living this life of like, I'm off. Fuck it. Everyone knew I was gay. No, but seriously though, like I was living this life as of someone who like wasn't ready to come out, but was also falling in love at the same time. And it was a very confusing moment. So like in moments where I was away from that person that I liked, I wasn't really like thinking about it. I wasn't really like, I was just kind of just doing me, just living my life, whatever. And then when I was with that person, I almost didn't care if I were to come out or when I did come out, whatever. But like, there was like this sense of pressure of like picking and choosing of when to be ready. And I wasn't really ready to share that. And I guess that's what I say when I mean like the whole,
yeah,
there's really no best of both worlds. You like, this gets real. But like, yeah. So basically, I'll actually never forget it. My a friend and that guy came over. I know it's a guy. Don't be too shocked. No, but they came over and my parents had just came home from the grocery store, and when they were coming home, we were cuddling, and not to mention where he was in his life, but he's just someone who didn't care for consequences. I don't think he really paid attention to like the after effect of things. It was more of a selfish need, like I do as I go. And he tried to continue to cuddle with me, I guess, and like was holding my hand or whatever. And then when my parents walked in, he like let go and then left.
But like they seen you.
Oh, they saw.
Yeah.
Like they saw. And it was kind of like this wrestling moment where I was like wanting to let go, but like it was happening no matter what. So then when he left, they asked. It's crazy because I don't even think I ever even told him the story. I kind of just like left it as is and was just like, yeah, I came out, like,
right.
But in all actuality, like, I don't feel like it was taken from me, but sort of in a little way, because, or maybe also there was like this boost.
He didn't allow you the time to do it.
But to be completely real, would I have ever made the time? I don't know. Like, I was so scared, And
so you think it was like a blessing in disguise?
It was a blessing in disguise, but like it took me years to realize that blessing in disguise, to be honest. But they asked me if he was gay, and I said I don't know, which genuinely I didn't know. But then they asked.
You said, till this day, I don't know.
I don't. Nor will. I don't ever think he will ever. But then they asked me if I was gay, and I nodded like the most smallest nod ever. I was just like this. Like that was it. And I remember like every second being so long and I was scared, but I felt like this weight like lift. Oh my God. Like
no. Yes.
I felt free.
Exactly.
Like I was so scared, and it was a lot. Like that person in my head, like just it like was gone, and after that, I told people around school, and it just kind of went everywhere.
Did you know your whole life you were gay? Like, what you could remember? I don't know if you can remember, like by the age of 6 or age of 4, or age of 8,
the underwear
8
aisle?
or 9. Bitch.
No, but
You know what I mean, though?
no, I do. I knew I was different. I knew I didn't get along with straight guys, not knowing that they were straight or gay. I didn't get along with masculine men. I had a hard time because I was someone who like kind of just was doing me the whole time. So
Right.
I stood out compared to other guys and other kids. And I think in that sense, yes. But knowing the word gay, no. Like I kind of avoided that word.
But did you know what it meant?
No.
Okay.
I didn't know there was like this action towards it. I didn't know that there was this, like this emotion towards it. I just was bullied by that word. So like in my head, like all these people that were calling me the F word and like all these things, like I was more afraid of what that word meant rather than like what it was.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, it was only something negative.
Right.
You know, like why are these people making fun of me? Why are these people making fun of the way I like?
I'll start crying.
Making fun of the way I run. Like they would use that word when I would run. Like there was, you know, what's so crazy? I didn't start running like officially till like I was like in 8th grade. I refused to run because I was bullied so bad in elementary about it. Because I would hold my hands out like that, like fucking Dorothy, you know, and I couldn't help it. But hey, look at me now.
Right.
Running 14 miles the same way.
Running like a little pony.
No, yeah. I'm on my little pony.
How did your parents take it, though?
They took it very well. I think it's like, in the moment, I was so scared.
From the very beginning, they took it well. Well, I mean, you have family that...
I think there was like, yes, I do have 2 uncles that are gay, but there was this pause. I think it was more of them being fearful of what I might have to go through throughout the world, but then them watching and learning like firsthand from me. Yeah, there wasn't that much to be like afraid of. Yeah, because I'm that bitch.
Right. You said I'll always be that bitch.
No, but no, yeah. I think I almost, it's weird because like I was in love with this person, so when it happened, so my brain was so fogged by so many other things. And looking back on it now, I wish I didn't do things the way I did. But aside from that, though, I feel like I kept myself at a good standard with myself throughout the process. I didn't let nothing get to me. I didn't let the fear of what others were going to say get to me. I did lose some friends, actually. I didn't like expect to. And I don't know if it was just intentional or not. Maybe it was just me. But like when you come out, your world changes.
And you start noticing who are real or who are your real friends. God.
I'll never forget when you came out.
You remember messaging you?
Yes, I do. And I remember...
That's crazy.
And you told me you were bi. Remember you told me you were bi. Yes. And I was like, you're not.
He said, you are
gay.
Fucking gay.
Yeah. I was like, and I remember
said,
telling you... I literally remember telling you your life is going to change.
Because, guys, whenever I came out literally right out of... or my senior year. I came out my senior year. And he did tell me, he was like, and this was already after I had already decided that I was going to move to San Antonio. So he, before I get to that, I wonder if my mom ever thought that I came out and that you were going to be my boyfriend.
Like she thought like that was your intention. Like I gotta come out because like we're dating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was definitely not the case, guys.
Not the case, yeah. We're best friends, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're best friends.
It's so funny because like before this podcast, we did a whole introduction thing.
Yeah.
Like that one went so south.
We're
kind of skipping little things here and there, but you'll learn about it.
Exactly. We'll definitely do an episode of me interviewing him and then vice versa as well.
Oh, fun, yeah.
But what I was saying is, whenever I came out, he did, and I told him whenever I came out, I literally, the day I came out, I went out to my room and I texted him. Yeah, he was like, your life is going to change whenever you come to San Antonio, and you're going to be even gayer than you are now.
I really did say that.
Yeah. And guys, it is very true.
Yeah. I remember even us sitting at this place we used to go to.
He manifested.
We even went to this place that we used to go to hang out at night, and we were all together as friends, and it was his first time being there with all of us. And I remember even being there and thinking like, I remember telling you still like your life is going to change. Like you're going to get more gayer as you go. You're not going to be able to help it because like there's this person that's been living inside you since the day you were born,
know,
and
it's
it's like
crazy.
yearning to come out.
Yeah.
So when it does, it just like
And I don't think it's
flourishes.
like we say gayer, but I think it's just like me opening up and being
Yeah.
more of myself.
Yes.
Because like you said, there's that person in you.
Yeah.
Because guys, like, you'll never understand what a closeted gay goes through, or
Yeah.
like just a gay person in general goes through, because like we are a prisoner in our own body for so many years, and we get called out about it. Like we all, I guarantee every gay person was bullied in school.
Yeah. No. Seriously.
And I honestly, and I actually shared this with my mom not too long ago, like literally a few weeks ago whenever I was over there. I was sharing with her that I cannot remember school.
You've told me that before.
I cannot. If you ask me what teacher I had, what kids were in my class, what I did in this grade, what I did in that grade, I cannot tell you, because it was so traumatic for me, guys. Like, I got so bullied in school that literally as soon as like the year was over, I guess I just like everything. I cannot remember anything. Even if I wanted to, I can't remember. Like, I just
That's
can't.
That's so insane.
I know. It's crazy.
It is crazy. And I think that's what I mean by like...
Don't touch me.
I think that's what I mean by saying like getting more gay is like
just opening up and being yourself
and unapologetically doing it, because
exactly
there's genuinely, shouldn't even say this in a sentence, but there's like nothing wrong with it.
Exactly.
But like it's beyond that. Like there's more right than wrong with that. You know?
Yeah. And then like, hey, you were saying how your parents accepted you. They were just more afraid of what the world was gonna
I mean, it's scary.
It is scary. And I think my mom also told me the same thing. She's like, I remember she was telling me, she's like, I accept you, I love you, but it is scary because you know, back in the day it was a lot worse. You know, people were still getting hate crime about it. I mean, it still happens now, but it doesn't, I don't know, I don't want to say it doesn't happen as much as it did before, but it, you know, back then it wasn't as acceptable as it is now.
It's and it makes sense. I honestly completely agree with that. And that's what's like kind of insane when you think about it, is how that plays out. And it's so unfortunate that so many people do have to go through that. Like, and I've discussed this with my other friends as well, is that like there's so many straight people out there who are totally afraid to live their life. It's a big jump.
It's sad because, well, I mean, I'm sure, well, we're not going to get into everybody's personal business, but I know you, and I've told you as well, we know people that are straight but are not.
They're living a straight life as like this,
exactly,
as a security blanket.
But we know that they're not because like they've told us.
And it's kind of sad.
It is sad. It is sad because it's like, bro, you're living your life a lie.
Did you see that guy who just recently came out? He was 98 years old.
Wait, the one in the he was in the army, some kind of branch of the army.
Don't know it.
Oh,
no
I did read about.
Party like that.
No. Okay, so I did hear. Oh, there was this guy, this older man. So it's kind of similar to that. There's an older man. He died. But he was in the army, and in his obituary,
he said he was gay.
He said he was gay. And see, that's sad too, guys, because like he never got to live the life that he wanted. Never. And all because he was scared about what society was going to say.
And that's what's so, it's a little heartbreaking.
And that's what I mean about that. Well, that's what I mean about people in the, like, people that are gay, people that are in the LGBT community. Like, we do live the life harder than the straight people, because this world was made for straight people.
It really is.
It is by default for straight people. And we have to navigate through that and try to see where we can fit in. And that's why there's a lot of people that stand up for themselves, because we also have a right
to live our life.
Exactly. Just like everybody else.
And it's so crazy. And, you know, I had this conversation with other people too, where it's like, I ask them, like, do you know what being heteronormative is? Like, and it's so like, you're basically brainwashed by everything that's straight.
Exactly.
And it's like, you can't unsee that. So when you see something that's unfamiliar to you, you kind of like fight that off.
Exactly.
Because I mean, obviously a lot of people might disagree, but or they might agree. But straight things are shoved down our throats.
Yes.
You know? And
yes.
it's like, I grew up gay.
Right.
It's something I don't talk about all the time, but as a kid, I used to play with girl toys.
Oh, okay. Oh, not me. So,
well,
okay, go.
I did.
Right.
And it's what I was just attracted to. And I didn't understand why I couldn't, like, have those toys. And I went straight towards, like, a bunch of stuff. Like, there were so many things that I wanted to play with that I couldn't. And I didn't understand why. And I opened up about it now because I remember being little. You shouldn't have this thought, but I did. And it's so sad. I had this Scooby-Doo set, right, of toys.
Uh-huh.
And I always wanted to take Velma and Daphne to school, but forbid that I could because it was girl toys. It was a girl toy. And
Go ahead.
I would always have to take Freddy, Shaggy, and Scooby.
And leave Velma and Daphne at home.
Yes. And it was like this internal like sadness that it would bring me because I didn't understand why there was something so wrong about that. And it was so easily missed to everyone because they
But
didn't.
see, and I think that all comes about bullying.
It does.
Because let's say you weren't bullied, you would have done it. You would have taken your girl toy.
For sure.
But I think it's because of the bullying that they kind of scare you from wanting to be yourself.
No, legit. And I will say, you know what also happens? And a lot of friends don't realize it, but they will bully you too. Like it happens
Unintentionally, but yes.
Yes, unintentionally. They don't realize that they might be tackling something down that's of you. And it's not their intentions to...
And that happened to me a lot in high school too.
It did. That happened to me too.
But because they were my friends and I know they didn't do it intentionally, I guess I never really said to the, like, I never said anything to them.
Yeah.
But now that you say that, that's crazy. I honestly never thought about it until now that I'm thinking about it. I'm just like, wow, that really is.
And looking back on it, it wasn't okay.
No, it wasn't. I would have been like, bitch, shut the fuck up.
I wish me today was like able to defend the me at that time.
Honestly, same. Like back in high school, I was quiet. And you know I'm not quiet no more.
No, yeah.
Bitch, I'm ghetto.
Yeah, someone has to shut him up.
Yeah, like kidding. I will say something. But no, now I'm just...
though.
Yeah.
I get that. And it is scary. It has built like this sense of trauma that like lives in you, whether you experience it or not, because you see other people go through it as well.
Exactly.
And it's terrifying. But there's so many more positives to it than there is negatives, to be honest. Like, yes, those things exist, but...
And like he said it earlier. He said that we still have to, I feel like I feel like not anymore. I feel like I'm good now, but back when I first came out, we did have to work on ourselves on how to be unapologetically ourselves. Yeah. And like now, okay, for example. Okay. I remember you said I love being part of the example. For example, when we first met and then I had already came out, you came out or whatever. The first time he came out to my hometown, guys, I'm from a very small town, very conservative, Republicans. Look, I'm not judging, but that's what it is out there. Like it's very you've not seen a gay person in your life out there. No. And so whenever the first time he went out there, I love Nate's style. My mom loves Nate's style. Thank you. I would never wear that style, but I love different styles on different people. Yeah. And Nate's style was just so out there, and it's still out there, guys. If y'all see his fucking wardrobe, his closet, like, it's bro, crazy.
More of like an issue at this point.
Crazy. And so I remember whenever you first went out there, I was terrified as shit. Yeah. I was so scared for him because I'm like, if they see him in short shorts and a tight shirt, bitch, you're about to get shot.
And I was like, I'm doing it.
I'm so scared.
Remember, I even said, let's go to Walmart.
Yeah. I was like, bro, no, I can't do that.
And I was like, I want to see.
I was like, I can't do that.
I literally was like, I will wear the shortest shorts.
Literally the first time he went out there, I told him, I was like, people are going to know you're not from here.
Yeah, that was true.
People knew he was not from there. Yeah. He was a fucking alien.
The looks I got.
The looks that he got. Yeah. Now, in present time, bitch, I don't give a fuck what the fuck I'm wearing out there. Yeah. I do not care what I'm wearing. I am showing up in short shorts.
He said, I'm showing up in a thong.
Too much.
Oh, you don't do that? Me neither.
He said, I've never done that before.
No, but yeah.
Guys, we're about to go on a little break right now. Okay, guys, we're back.
No, but yeah, I definitely do get that. I do.
But yeah, like I said, nowadays, like I don't care what I'm wearing out there, and I'm glad now I have the confidence that I didn't have in high school.
Yeah.
So to all you little motherfucking pieces of craps and fucking Corrigan, y'all can suck my fucking dick now. And yeah, I'm leaving that shit in there because honestly, I don't like any of y'all motherfuckers. And y'all know exactly who y'all are. No, but guys, y'all know who the fuck y'all are. Y'all know who the fuck made fun of me in high school, and y'all know y'all's fucking names.
I will say there was one bully that I did have. We kind of like...
I'm all mad. I start going all crazy.
No, there was a few that like... Honestly, there's some that did bully me. They're dead now. There is a few that did bully me that have passed away now, and it's like... It's interesting to like their life. They never changed. They never turned around. Like...
They were always that bully.
There was just like internal issues. They were probably bullied themselves, to be honest. Like looking at it and seeing how that went.
Yeah.
But there was one specific bully that was from elementary till now, and I will say, we like mended things for sure. Like there's so many times where I've seen him and it's like everything's perfectly okay. Like it's good, and I think he's owned up to that and kind of just taking his own responsibility, which I respect.
It's crazy that you say that because I had one person out of. I'm sure you had a lot of bullies too.
Yeah.
A handful of them.
What are you trying to say? Something wrong with me?
No, I did too. But I had that one person that did hit me up on Facebook and apologized.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this, you know who you are. But like he really like owned up to what he did, and he's like, "Hey, I'm so sorry, like for anything that I did back when we were kids." And I'm just like, bro, like that. You have a lot of balls to do that shit. But not just that, it's like even after so many years, you knew.
And it's crazy because that's, in all honesty, it's their burden to carry, not ours.
Exactly.
You know, like anyone who has done that in the past, like it's like that's something that you have to learn to grow with and learn that you were that person at one point, and you either take that and do better or continue to be a shitty person, I guess.
Damn right.
So that is insane. I will tell you though, like, when I did come out and all that, like, it was such a messy time. I remember it being so messy that, like, I was looking for, like, a safe space and the people that I wanted to find it in. And I didn't. And it took years to kind of, like, come to terms with that type of
Did any of your family members, like, not cut you off, but, like, questioned you?
Like, after coming out? Or what do you mean?
Yeah.
No, honestly, they all just accepted me. I'll tell you this now. I am so blessed to have the family that I have when it comes to me being gay. Like, and they have accepted me so well-roundedly just as a person. And it's, even my mom has said it, like, why, like, my mom will say it to this day, like, why do you have to come out? Like, why can't you just, like, be you? Be as is and be you. Like, if I don't have to come out, why should you?
Yeah.
You know, and that was kind of her train of thought. And, like, I think my whole family has just accepted me naturally, just like unconditionally. So I've been so blessed with that. And that type of love has shown me that not everyone is also that lucky, you know, and seeing it sometimes is like, wow, like it doesn't hit me sometimes, you know, like
it's like not that you,
I don't take it for granted.
Right. Not that you take it for granted, but it's just like, there's points where you just like sit and realize like, whoa, not everybody had it as good as I did. Yeah. You know, which is true. And a lot of people do have it a lot worse, you know, where they'll get kicked out or they'll get sent to like conversion camps and stuff. That's so crazy. Sad. Yeah. Thankfully, I didn't have it that bad. I had it really bad though. No, I'm kidding. No, guys, honestly, I didn't have it as bad as I thought I was going to have it. I honestly was more scared of like,
yeah, whatever you're comfortable with.
So I didn't really like, I was raised by my mother. My dad was there, but he wasn't in the picture at all. So coming out was just like, I was so scared of my mom because I was like, what is she gonna say? You know, we grew up in the church and we always went to church. And so it was like, you know, religion and things like that, because back then, again, the whole religion thing too was like a big thing. And coming from a Hispanic family as well, like it is scary, guys. It is very scary. But she took it way better than I thought.
Yeah.
And I remember whenever I came out to her, she's like, it's gonna be, it's gonna be okay, everything, all that.
Yeah.
But then I did, like, she told me, she's like, well, don't tell your dad yet. And I was like, okay. So like we kind of kept it a secret for a little bit. And then he ended up finding out from like other people on the streets. And
Streets.
And that was that. I mean, so I did get pushed away, like, well, I mean, never had a relationship with him, but just like that just like made it even worse. And then I was questioned too by another family member. I'm not going to say who it was, but I was also questioned by this person, and I didn't think this person being so close to me was going to question me and say, well, are you sure you're gay? Maybe it's just a phase. Like, you're supposed to marry a girl. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's so, I hate when they say
you can go hang out with that man and y'all can be best buddies.
Yeah.
Because I remember telling her, like, well, like, I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
And so for a while, me and that person didn't really like speak.
Talk. Yeah.
And so, do you want to turn it up?
I think so. Sorry.
No, you're good. Talk.
Hello? Oh, I think that's a little bit better.
That's better.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're good. Go on.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, guys. We're still trying to figure this shit out. But, yeah, so that happened too. And just like, I don't know, just coming from a small town, it was like very like, I found out who the real people were.
Yeah. And I will say, I am so proud of your mom, how far she's come.
I know, because guys,
Like,
and he knows, because when I came out to my mom, yes, she was very accepting, but I knew that it was going to be, you're gay, but we're not going to talk about it type of thing.
Yeah.
I felt that coming, and I knew that was how it's going. That's how it's going to be. Because there was times where she'd be like, well, you don't have to really tell nobody.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to tell anybody you're gay. Just keep it to yourself.
Within the small town, I'm like...
Exactly. And again, it's because she was scared of what other people were going to think. But also, too, she didn't know what I was going through in school. She didn't know the bullying. She didn't know that what she was scared of me going through, I was already going through it.
Yeah.
I was already going through it since I was like 6 years old, honestly, guys.
Yeah.
So like her being scared was like, yes, but I'm saving myself. Yep. I'm putting a stop to all the bullshit and all the bullying, because literally, guys, as soon as I came out to all my friends in school, that shit stopped.
Yeah.
The whole bullying stopped. And I'm like, bro, I could have done this shit a long time ago. I could have done this shit a long time ago if I knew that this shit was going to stop. I
remember that.
Guys, honestly, I'm going to say it here, and I've never said it before, but I think it's been long enough. The reason I moved away from Corrigan was not... I lied to my mom, and I told her that I wanted to move because they were just academically just like very poor in their academics. Like the teaching there was bad, and it was like, it still is. Like, I do not recommend you taking your kids to Corrigan. But the reason I moved was because of the bullying. I think I was just over it. I was just done. And I was like, it was my freshman year of high school. And I told myself, like, I do not want to keep going through this.
I mean, I knew from the get-go, because that's what you explained to me.
Yeah. So I moved schools because the real reason why I moved schools is because I asked that right. The real reason was because I was being bullied there so much that I wanted to move schools and start over, because I thought to myself, if I move, no one's going to know who I am, and no one's going to call me gay. Yeah. No one's going to bully me because no one knows me.
Yeah. It was a fresh start.
And that didn't work.
He said the moment I got there, started.
Honestly, it just wasn't as bad.
Yeah.
And I started opening up a little bit more.
Yeah.
And so I would start defending myself a little bit more.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Were you like already out without even saying you were out at that point?
No.
But there was no official like... No.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about those guys that are out to everybody in the fucking world inside of their bubble, but like no one else knows.
I guess so. I don't know, because it's so... Okay, but yeah, no, you go first.
Well, it's like... I'm going to tell you in your ear. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Oh, wait. I didn't realize these headphones... I didn't really...
Hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Everyone knows he is, besides like his parents and everybody. So like he's out without being out.
I guess
He's never officially said it.
that's just so, it's so crazy to say. I guess that just shows everyone's story is so different because
Oh my
I
god.
just knocked my tooth out.
Imagine.
But that just goes to show everyone's story is different because I guess that really wasn't the case for me, but like I guess so in a small way.
Yeah, so no, I honestly I didn't know what that meant growing up. Like honestly, I grew up as like a little kid that played with his like boy toys and everything. Like I did not know what that was. So like the bullying when that was coming in, I was like, what is it? And until I knew what that word meant, then I was like, it was very confusing, guys. It was very, very confusing. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that bullying does come a long way mentally, and people in their adult life still struggle because of that, you know, because of the bullying and stuff. I feel like I didn't start healing from that until like maybe 4 or 5 years ago is when I really like sat down and really
just hyper focused on it and
and just like, you know, healed from it and stuff because guys, it's a lot. And I think that's why, I don't know, I feel like
no, it makes sense. You said something that kind of like not triggered me, but I felt it in a way. I'll punch you. Just kidding. But there was this one time
in band camp.
I'll never forget. I had this friend
in band camp.
And in band camp, and we stuck a trombone. No, he would come over to play basketball. All of them would play basketball. And I'll never forget one day, his dad comes up the street and he was my friend and he would just play basketball with everyone, which was cool. You know, it was fun. I would sit there with all of them. And this is like years down the road where they would continue to play basketball. And one day it's just me and him outside and his dad comes up the street. And he looks at me in the eye and he says, when my dad comes up here, you're not my friend. I'm your brother's friend. And you're just out here with me. And I'll never forget that I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't see anything wrong. But like a day later, that sat in me. And I felt so hurt by that. And I've witnessed that even recently where I was helping a friend and he sees one of his guy friends and he's like, oh, there's my friend right there. No, he'll be cool with you. And it's like,
who cares if he's not or if he is, bro? I'm still going to be here.
Exactly. And
like
in my head, it kind of hurts a little bit because it's just like, where do I become an embarrassment for you?
Right.
Or is it just all internally you? Because where I'm not at fault here.
Exactly.
You know, it's like I'm actually at default. I'm just being myself.
Exactly.
And it's like there's nothing that I'm worried about because there's nothing that's in my head I'm overthinking anything. I'm just being me. And it's like, but with everyone else, like that's like that.
Like when did it ever become okay to be subjective to hang out with certain people? The fuck?
And it's wild. And it's crazy because to this day, I'll get that memory in my head.
And you know, it's crazy that you say that. And I'm about to point this out because a lot of times when we're young and we go through something as little as
like that,
what he just said, it's not little. It's actually very, very big. But at the time, it was just a simple comment. But little comments like that will carry on in a person's life if they really took it so hard that, again, he'll experience it as an adult and it'll trigger him. And that is because he went through it while he was a kid. So when I see kids getting bullied and stuff, I'm like, bro, like you don't know what you're causing that child. Or even if it's a young teen, like you don't know what you're causing them because internally they're probably like soaking up all that and it's killing them in the inside.
And that is so freaking true. And it's so crazy because like to that guy, it was nothing.
And they'll never remember. They will never remember what they said. They will never remember what they said because to them it was nothing. To them it was a comment.
Yeah. And to me it was life. No, honestly. Seriously though, like it really was that. And it's crazy how much I've carried that on and didn't like realize that was like an internal thing I was going to have to heal from as well. And it's from little things to big things that you're gonna have to like learn to
Right.
heal from. But it's like those little things take a toll eventually as you get older.
Exactly.
Like, and you have to learn to like that from now on. Because of that moment, I'll always have a straight friend and think, are they going to be embarrassed to be next to me?
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to be afraid to be next to me? And it's like, it's crazy because like that shouldn't be my first thought.
Exactly.
You know, but it's like society has put so much of force on them that they're afraid.
Yeah.
They're afraid of what it looks like for them. And it's
Yeah.
like, in all actuality, like you really shouldn't. Like,
Be yourself, guys.
yeah.
It's not that hard. Now let's fast forward to being gay now. Like,
Yeah.
I'll fast forward like what, 10 years, which is like college. I would say like 8 years college time.
Yeah.
Guys, it's scary being gay.
It really, honestly.
Guys, I hate to say it, but I feel like the gay community focuses a lot on
Like,
we're still judging ourselves within our community.
oh my God.
I don't like
happens
that.
much.
And
I think it just happens in general. And then
Right,
it's
but
worse.
it's like-
it's worse when you get into
it
the
is worse
community.
in our community. Like,
Yeah.
guys will not talk to you if you look a certain way. If you
That's so true.
hang out with certain people, or if you don't hang out with certain people,
Mhm.
like if you don't know certain people.
It's so crazy you say that because some of my straight friends would be like, well, there's someone out there that you can date. And I'm like, well, the way dating works in the gay world is like you got to like subtract things.
Yeah.
So everyone identifies as like top, bottom, first.
Right.
You got to subtract by that. Then you got to subtract by their type. And then you got to subtract by this. And then you got to keep going. And
But see, I don't like
it's a lot.
I don't like that. You know why?
know.
Because
Sucks.
I'm not picking a person to date based off of what you do in bed,
Yeah.
what you look like under your shirt, and how big it is under your underwear.
Mm-hmm.
I do not give a fuck.
We're talking about belts, right?
We're talking about underwear. No, and so I'm just like, bro, I don't care. Like, I
Yeah.
don't care about any of those things. So then, like, why do you have to put me in a category? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be put in a category.
Yep.
I
and
don't.
and it sucks because I think just by default, the way society is within the community, you're kind of already in one.
Yeah.
And so you have to navigate through that as well. And you have to you have to kind of beat those like stereotypes that are within the community and find new ways.
But it's very high school. It's very cliquey.
It
it's
is
very cliquey. I don't like it.
It is very cliquey. That's crazy. It's crazy how that goes.
It's very cliquey, and I will not stand by it. No, I'm kidding. I won't, because honestly, okay, so prior to 2020, I was a lot bigger than what I was, and there were certain people that wouldn't talk to me again because of the way I looked. Fast forward to after COVID, when I lost so much weight, I had people in my DMs that wouldn't even like a picture of mine prior to me losing weight. And now that I did lose all that weight, you want to talk to me? That is ugly.
It is.
That's ugly.
And that's, yeah. We had just recently talked about that.
We did
too.
talk about that.
Yeah, we did talk about how that goes. And it's like, it is so.
It's like, so you want to get to know me because of what I look like?
Yeah. And it's crazy because, like, I've said that too. Like, it's crazy how they don't realize that you could, not saying that, but like, you can be a complete bitch and they wouldn't even know.
Exactly.
You know? And it's like,
Exactly.
only because they're going towards you because of the way you look at that point.
Right.
You know? Like, and it's like, why haven't you ever taken the time to get to know me before?
Exactly.
'Cause-
That part. It's like, because my attitude and my personality and my character is not changing just because I'm skinny
Yeah.
or I'm fat.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to change. It's going to be the same. It's going to be the same thing. So it's like,
Yeah.
why not just get to know me
For me.
for who I am?
Yeah. This is real.
No, but yeah, it's crazy, guys. No, guys, but I think we're gonna end it here because that was a good first episode, guys.
That really was a good first episode.
Yeah, I really liked it, and
Me too.
I hope you enjoyed our first episode. I hope you guys enjoyed our first episode as well.
Yeah.
But
Thank you for letting us talk about how gay we are with you.
yeah, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed, and if you're watching on YouTube, please comment below and just like give us like some topics and ideas that we could talk
Yeah.
about. And we will see y'all in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye, guys.